All right, are we ready? Yep. Awesome. Michelle, thank you for letting me come. I appreciate it, ladies. Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time. I'm told that we have a hard stop at 9:30, which I do too, because I've got patients to go see. So I wrote this. It's about 15 minutes long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bomb through that 15 minutes, and then as I'm taking my stuff down, you guys are welcome to ask me whatever I want, or whatever you want. That came out wrong. You know what I'm saying. So my name's Brady Wyrick, and these are my day jobs, as I like to call them. Intermountain Weight Loss is a new company that we've started that focuses on what we call a metabolic reset diet. Most people that are out there are gaining weight on the annual basis of about 5 to 10 pounds every year. And they're completely unaware that it is insulin, not fat, that's doing that to them. So this program is focused on getting people on real whole food, helping stabilize their insulin levels and shedding fat as a result of doing that. My other day job is what is now Eagle Rock Medical Center. We were Sensor Medica, but I'm the director of regenerative medicine there. There we deal with a lot of osteoarthritic joints with stem cell therapy, PRP, amniotic fluid, and the like. So that's what I do on a daily basis. So that's my intro. One of the things that I love to do is what's called functional medicine. A lot of times I'll have people come to me with some sort of condition, and I'll say, let me look at the blood work. And you look at the blood work, and everything's in the normal range. Everything looks normal, but people still feel like garbage. And they're like, why do I feel normal? Or why do I not feel normal but my blood work says I'm normal? And a lot of times it's because we don't look at it as strict enough ranges. Okay, for example, glucose. If you look at blood work from the lab, glucose will say normal is between 70 and 100. And if you're in that range, you're normal. But in reality, we should look at it about 85 to 99. If you're below that, you're hypoglycemic. If you're above that, you're hyperglycemic. And a lot of people just bounce back and forth. And the problem with bouncing back and forth is it spikes inflammation levels every time it does that and eventually breaks down. So I like to take blood work and sit down. I plug it into this very worksheet and say, okay, what's really the story here? I'll give you an example of someone that brought their wife to me. The wife was in her 30s and her energy was just gone. Like she would black out because her energy she just had nothing left. And we plugged the numbers into this, and lo and behold, guess what her blood sugar was doing? Okay, we call it dysglycemia, but it's like she would start to feel like crap, and then she would eat a banana, and her blood sugar would just go nuts, and then her body would shove all that glucose back into the cell, and her energy would just drop. So it's like the analogy I gave him was like putting racing fuel in my '95 Jeep Wrangler. It goes hard, and then just collapses. So we've got to get that stabilized for her. So that's one of the things that I do like to do. I put this picture in here just as a reminder. Is that the word I'm looking for? This was me in 2009. So if from these next few minutes you get the idea that I'm anti-medicine, I'm really not. I'm very pro-good medicine. I'm anti-bad medicine. But modern medicine did save my life. So that said, one thing that standard medicine does not do well is nutrition. They just don't get the training. You have to go outside of what's actually taught in medical school and in chiropractic school and in osteopathic school. You have to go outside what's taught within those walls. Otherwise, you're not going to get the nutrition that you need. Chiropractic school is a little bit better. They do shove it down your throat for a few years, but the reality is we're just not getting enough. Okay, this is from just some great quotes here of like academic medicine. Overall, medical students receive 19.6 contact hours of nutrition. That's like in front of the teacher, 19.6 hours. That's the average. That's not good enough. Okay, metabolism is a very simple process. You put food in, your body takes glucose and oxygen and creates energy with it. Okay, it's a lot more complex than that, but it's simple. Okay. If you really want to go down a rabbit hole, go to the CDC's website and start looking at the top 10 causes of death, and you can go through every year and go back to 1960, or 2020 was an anomaly because we got this coronavirus thing stuck in the middle of all that. But if you go back through the 60s, this really doesn't change. Okay, so modern medicine, when it comes to these chronic diseases, nothing really has changed since the 1960s. Heart disease still number one, cancer still number two. Accidents, yeah, accidents are there. They're always going to be there. Hey, chronic, lower respiratory disease, stroke. Anyway, I could go through each one of these and make an argument for nutrition basis on each one of them. Okay, heart disease, for example, is not caused by cholesterol. It's caused by sugar and inflammation from inflammatory oils, but no one wants to admit that. They just want to throw drugs at it. Okay, now, this is the lovely healthy food pyramid. All of you are old enough to remember this. This has since changed. But this food pyramid, if you go through this and look at the recommendations that were made, there are sponsorships to every one of these. Okay, there are government subsidized foods to every one of these. What I'm saying is, this is dead wrong. Okay, if you flip this thing upside down, you're getting a little closer. Now, it's recently, well, getting ahead. I put this in last night because I love it. If you don't believe me, look at a beach in the 70s versus a beach today. You still think that we're going to take that advice from the food pyramid? Is it working? No, it is not. Okay, this is a little bit better. This is the My Plate from the government right now. Okay, so it is an improvement. I'll give them that. But it's almost like they left dairy off the table, and the dairy was like, hey, here's my money. Put me back in there, please. Okay, so I took this. This is the Department of Nutrition from Harvard. This is actually a little bit better. They have a base down here of daily exercise and weight control, which is awesome. They got a good chunk of vegetables and fruit. They give credit to healthy fats. Whole grains, they should just erase that and get that the hell out of there, period. Sorry. Hey, anyway, my point is this is a little bit better, but we're still not on the right course. Hey, and if you look at food sensitivities, if you look at the symptoms that food sensitivities cause, it's going to blow your mind. Okay, this is just gluten intolerance, but I would include dairy and soy in here as well. But look at this. This is the only one right here. This is what people expect. Right? If I have a gluten sensitivity, I have celiac disease, then I'm going to get bloating, pain, and nausea. And they leave it at that. They leave out the fact of headaches, migraine, chronic fatigue, all this skin stuff. You know what your skin is? It's a filter. Okay? It keeps the bad stuff from coming in, but it also tries to push the bad stuff from the inside out. Yet when we get a rash, what do we want to do? Put a cream on it and not look at, hey, what's actually causing that? Food sensitivities are highly connected with skin issues. There's some more intestinal stuff here that you would expect. Females, infertility. I wonder how many infertility clinics are checking for gluten sensitivities. Not many. Okay? I'm not telling you I run a fertility clinic. I do not, but I've seen it happen. Okay? Now, joint pain, fatigue. I would also add to this list weight gain, thyroid disorders. The gluten sensitivity gene and Hashimoto's gene are the same gene. Okay? Arthritis, sleep disorders, autoimmune disorders, like my lovely wife Kim. Hey, you know, we met at the gym, and she was telling me about all these lupus symptoms that she was having, and I told her that I could help her. She said, BS, you're a chiropractor. No, you can't. I gave her a food challenge, and she accepted it as a challenge, and it's been absolutely life-changing for her. Okay, so any autoimmune disease, you need to start looking at food. Neurodegenerative disorders, brain fog, depression, anxiety, chronic sinus infections, type 2 diabetes. You want me to keep going, or do you get the point? They're all related. Okay, so that takes is what the freak do I eat? That's the biggest thing that when I start talking to people, they want to pull their hair out. What the freak do I eat? Okay, so here's some great thoughts about this. I love this saying from my friend Dr. Andy Barlow. This is a book that you should get and read. It's about $12 on Amazon. It will blow your mind. Okay, God food heals, man food kills. I even say it like him. He's from Mississippi, so man food kills. Okay, God food is the way God intended it to be. The stuff growing up out of the ground, the beasts in the forest, the birds flying over your head, that's God food. Okay, the more man takes that food and processes that food to make it simple, easy, and convenient, they're going to add chemicals, they're going to add all sorts of stuff to it to make it profitable, to addict you to it, and to keep you eating it. And what is the end result? slow death. Okay? Does this make sense to everyone? All right, so what do you eat? You focus on organic foods. What I love to tell patients is if it has a face, you can eat it. Okay? Meats, fruits, and vegetables, the least processed, the better. So when your hubbies, don't give your hubbies a hard time about going hunting. That stuff that they bring home is the healthiest stuff on the planet. Eat it. Okay? Eggs. What's the rule on eggs? Cage-free. Your chickens, if they eat a healthy diet, they're going to give you healthy eggs. Okay? Don't buy for a second the whole cholesterol eggs are bad for you. It's not true. Nuts and seeds. There's a ton of stuff out there about paleo and Whole30. And then finally, fruits and vegetables, a variety of fruits and vegetables. Okay? Now, here's the problem. If you guys go home and you immediately switch your families to everything on this list, what's going to happen? You're going to get a revolution, right? There's going to be a coup at your house, right? Now, there's no reason why you can't start doing this for yourself and then ease your kids into it. Okay? We've done it at our house. We're still easing some of our kids into it, but there are ways to do it. Now, number one thing on the list, though, is to avoid junk food. What's the definition of junk food?
Processed.
Think simpler. You're doing good. Bad fats, thank you. The definition is this. If it comes in a wrapper, don't eat it. Now, there's a couple different rules. Like these sausages right here, these came in a wrapper. Hey, I got these from Costco, but when I looked at the ingredients, I followed the rules for ingredients. Okay? If there's ingredients in there that you can't pronounce, don't eat it. If there's more than 5 or 6 ingredients, don't eat it. Okay? These chicken sausages were like organic chicken, garlic, salt and pepper, and that was it. Now, they're going to expire faster because they're not full of preservatives, so you have to watch that stuff. Okay? But that's why that's there. Okay? Here's the simplest thing you can do, and you can do this today. Go home and get rid of all of your oils. Okay? Vegetable oil, the cheap stuff, the stuff that flew off the shelves when the pandemic hit and everybody was panic buying, is the worst stuff for you. That stuff's already half rancid anyway, but when you eat it, it easily oxidizes within your cells and it causes cellular damage from the outside in. What happens when you damage cells over and over and they keep replicating over and over? What's that called? Cancer. That's called cancer, thank you. Okay? So get rid of your vegetable oils, your canola oil, your seed oils, your peanut oil, and all of your fake butter. Don't get caught up in the calorie game. Okay? Don't start thinking that margarine is better for you because it has less fat. Margarine is full of fake fat that when they were testing margarine, they killed turkeys with it, but hey, it's safe for human consumption. Okay, so get rid of it and replace them with extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, butter, or ghee. Okay, ghee is purified butter. They take the proteins out that people are going to react to. Hey, if you take your kids' cookies and make them with vegetable oil or with olive oil instead of vegetable oil, they will never know. Yes, it's more expensive, but how much oil do you really use? Does this make sense to everyone? Okay. Avoid dairy. This one's mind-blowing for some people because what are we taught? Milk does a body good. You walk into Hillcrest's lunchroom, there's a gigantic poster in there about athletes with the milk mustache. It's not true. Yes, milk is high in protein. Yes, milk has a lot of calcium. The problem is when we pasteurize dairy, we kill the enzymes that our body needs to absorb it, and then our immune system doesn't recognize the proteins. And when your immune system doesn't recognize a protein, what does it do? Goes berserk and attacks you. Okay, so you can replace that stuff with almond milk, but you got to watch out for this carrageen. Carragene's a known carcinogen, but people put it in their stuff to make it last longer. And, our system.
Look at all your protein drinks.
Yeah, look at your protein drinks. Cashew cheese is actually pretty good. Raw organic milk if you absolutely have to. Okay, you can actually buy this stuff at Brolam's now, which is kind of cool.
Goat cheese, same?
For me, the verdict's still out. I see papers from both sides. Okay, there's the whole concept of how many animals in nature do you see drinking milk outside of infancy? How many animals in nature do you see drinking another animal's milk? Like, it just doesn't happen. But there are a lot of people that are on the train of thought that, yeah, goat cheese and things like that are fine, but you still have to make sure it's raw, because once you heat it up to pasteurize it, you kill the enzymes. Hey, avoid grains, and here's why. What's happening right here? Okay, pesticides. These things from Monsanto, the same company that brought us Agent Orange and said it was safe. Hey, these chemicals from Monsanto kill our gut bugs. They disrupt our gut bugs, and what does that do to us? It destroys us. Hey, finally, we're starting to see class action lawsuits against Monsanto, and you're going to start to see things change here in the next little bit with them, which, hallelujah. Hey, do not drink soda. Do I need to go off on this one, or are we good? Hey, high fructose corn syrup is not safe for human consumption. Hey, the diet stuff, just as bad, just on a different level of bad. It's not going to spike your blood sugar, but I don't trust it. Hey, but you think about it though, you take a 12-ounce soda, you throw it back, what is that going to do to your blood sugar? Drives it through the roof. Hey, plus, look, if you guys start reading enough stuff like Food Babe on Instagram, she's fire. If you start reading enough stuff, you're going to realize all this, they put stuff in here to addict you to this stuff so you keep coming back. I'm not okay with that. I don't know about you guys, but last thing is to get your butt moving. You guys are already good at this. Keep it up. I'm proud of you. So here's the thing. 40 minutes of aerobic exercise, and my definition of aerobic is your heart rate's up. Okay? You can get aerobic pushing weights. But 40 minutes of aerobic exercise a day actually helps your body build insulin receptors on your cells so you can utilize blood sugar more efficiently and become, your metabolic capacity increases. So bravo to you. Keep it up. And then finally, required reading. I'll text these to you so you can disseminate them. But The Great Cholesterol Myth from Dr. Steven Sinatra, not Frank. I don't know if there's any relation to Frank, but this is a great book, and Grain Brain is absolutely fire. So there's some great resources. If you want to see the studies, these guys do a great job of compiling them. If you want to contact me, Michelle has my cell phone. I do not, text me. That came out wrong. Please text me. Let me know who you are. And then if you have questions or want to come talk, I'm cool with that. So thank you for your attention, ladies. I finished that up pretty fast. So feel free to fire away. Thank you.